Breaking the cycle, overcoming generational trauma. Generational trauma is a quiet shadow that can linger across lifetimes, passing through families not by choice but by unconscious repetition. It hides in unspoken stories, repeated behaviors, and inherited pain. For many, this trauma isn't always visible, but its effects are deeply felt. It shows up in anxiety, fear, anger, disconnection, and even illness. In 2025, as more people awaken to the idea of emotional inheritance, the opportunity to break the cycle is more powerful and urgent than ever. This is a guide to understanding generational trauma, how it takes root, and most importantly, how to overcome it. You are not doomed to repeat the past. With awareness, compassion, and action, you can choose a new legacy. What is generational trauma? Generational trauma, also called intergenerational trauma, refers to the emotional, psychological, and behavioral patterns passed from one generation to another due to unresolved pain, abuse, or extreme adversity. Unlike personal trauma caused by direct experiences, generational trauma is inherited. It can stem from war or genocide, oppression or colonization, systemic racism or poverty, domestic abuse, addiction or mental illness, displacement or immigration. These experiences may happen to our ancestors, but they leave imprints on their children and their children's children. How trauma gets passed on? 1. Modeling behavior. Children learn through observation. If a parent is emotionally distant due to their trauma, the child may grow up mimicking this emotional suppression. 2. Parenting styles. Unresolved trauma can lead to harsh discipline, unpredictability, or emotional neglect. These become part of the child's internal framework. 3. Family secrets and silence. What is not talked about still gets passed on. Unspoken pain leads to confusion, shame, and subconscious fear. 4. Epigenetics. Scientific studies show trauma can affect gene expression. Stress responses can be biologically transmitted across generations. Signs of generational trauma. Persistent anxiety or depression with no clear origin, repeating toxic relationships or family dynamics, feeling responsible for others' emotions, overreacting to triggers, chronic guilt, shame, or low self-worth, difficulty trusting others, fear of success or failure. I don't know why I feel this way. Patterns. If you've ever felt like you're carrying emotional weight that isn't entirely yours, it may be generational trauma. The cost of unaddressed trauma. Unhealed trauma doesn't fade, it morphs. It can lead to generational dysfunction, broken families, emotional burnout, cycles of abuse or addiction, lost potential, repetitive suffering. But trauma isn't the end of the story. Healing is possible. And when one person heals, it ripples forward and backward through their lineage. Step 1. Awareness. The first step is recognizing that generational trauma exists. Reflect on your family history. Were emotions openly discussed or avoided? Were there patterns of violence, silence, or addiction? How did your caregivers deal with stress? Ask yourself, what beliefs or fears did I inherit? Whose pain might I be carrying? Awareness breaks the spell of unconscious repetition. Step 2. Name the pattern. Naming is empowering. When you can say, "This isn't just mine, this started before me," you begin to reclaim your power. Write down the patterns you see. Speak them aloud. Acknowledge the pain, not to dwell in it, but to witness it. To validate the suffering that was never honored. Step 3. Honor the past without living in it. Our ancestors did the best they could with what they had. Honor their pain, sacrifices, and limitations without letting them define your future. Try writing a letter to an ancestor, creating a family altar or ritual, saying, "I release the burdens that are not mine to carry." Step 4. Reparent yourself. If your caregivers couldn't meet your emotional needs, you can now give yourself what was missing. Reparenting means speaking kindly to yourself, validating your emotions, setting healthy boundaries, meeting your inner child with compassion. Each act of self-love is a step toward freedom. Step 5. Seek support. Generational trauma is heavy. You don't have to carry it alone. Therapy, especially trauma-informed or somatic therapy, can be life-changing. Support groups, spiritual communities, or coaches can provide mirrors and tools. Books like It Didn't Start With You by Mark Wolin offer deeper insight. Step 6. Interrupt the cycle. Awareness is powerful, but action changes everything. Interrupt the cycle by choosing gentle parenting instead of harsh discipline, talking openly about emotions, breaking the silence around family secrets, creating new traditions based on safety and connection. You may be the first in your lineage to heal. That makes you a pioneer. Step 7. Rewrite your narrative. Generational trauma tells a story. We don't talk about feelings. Love hurts. We suffer in silence. You can rewrite that story. I am safe to feel. Love is healthy and supportive. I honor my past, and I choose my future. Affirmations and storytelling reshape the mind and the legacy. Healing through culture and community. Many cultures carry deep wounds from colonization, displacement, or oppression. Reconnecting with ancestral roots, language, music, rituals can be a source of strength and restoration. Your cultural heritage can be part of your healing. Find what empowers you, traditional music or food. Family stories, spiritual practices, gratitude and grief, two sides of healing. Healing generational trauma involves both grief and gratitude. Grief for what was lost, what wasn't received. Gratitude for the resilience, survival, and love that persisted. Let yourself feel both. Real stories of breaking the cycle. Ava's journey. Ava grew up in an emotionally neglected home. Her grandmother had fled the war. Her mother never learned how to express affection. Ava chose therapy, began journaling, and now parents her daughter with empathy. I may be the first woman in my family to say, I love you daily, but I won't be the last. Noah's path. Noah grew up in a family where men were taught not to cry. Generations of silence bred addiction. Noah started attending men's circles and therapy. I cry now, and I'm proud of it. My son won't have to question his ability to feel. A new legacy. Breaking the cycle doesn't mean rejecting your family. It means choosing to love them and yourself enough to evolve. You become the bridge between what was and what will be. Daily practices for generational healing. 1. Meditation for ancestral healing. Visualize your ancestors. Send them love. Say, thank you for bringing me here. I choose to heal. 2. Generational journaling. Ask, what beliefs did I inherit? Then, which ones serve me? Which ones will I release? 3. Affirm your new story. Daily affirmations. I am safe to feel and heal. I release inherited pain with love. 4. Create healing rituals. Light a candle for those who came before you. Say a prayer. Speak your truth. The power of one. One person in a family choosing healing creates a ripple effect. Children learn through example. Nieces and nephews feel the shift. Elders may open their hearts. You are not alone. And your healing matters. Final reflections. Generational trauma is not your fault. But healing it, if you're ready, can be your gift. You are not broken. You are brave. In 2025, let this be the year you stop surviving your story and start rewriting it. Not just for you, but for those who came before and those yet to come. This is how we break the cycle. This is how we begin again.